New York Yankees general manager Brian Cashman before Game 4 of an American League Division Series against the Boston Red Sox last month at Yankee Stadium. The Yanks lost the series, and Cashman is tasked with winning the club's 28th World Series. AP photo, Frank Franklin 2, the New York Yankees headed into the offseason in a much more favorable financial condition than a year ago. They ducked under the competitive balance tax threshold this season for the first time since it was instituted in 1997 and will not have to pay Major League Baseball a 50% repeater tax. That has already allowed the Yankees to re-sign a pair of veterans, outfielder Brett Gardner for $7.5 million and pitcher CC Sabathia for $8 million. Plus, they are eyeing a couple of other starting pitchers and Manny Machado on the free agent market. Read more on baseball's hot stove season, storylines to watch in MLB free agency. Last year, the Yankees didn't re-sign Sabathia until Dec. 26, eventually agreeing on a one-year, $10 million contract. They had to wait because every transaction was weighed against staying below the $197 million threshold. Under the collectively bargained rules, teams have to pay a tax on every penny spent above that threshold depending on how many consecutive times they have surpassed it. Last year we had to be really careful about every step we took in terms of financial commitments, said Brian Cashman, the club's general manager since 1998. It took longer because we had that luxury tax issue in the back of our minds, making sure we took into account every action. They started the season with a payroll of $180.5 million. Even with the additions of pitchers J.A. and Lance Lynn at the July 31st non-waiver trade deadline, the Yankees finished the season at $191.9 million, $5.1 million under the threshold, which includes all salary and benefits paid to players in 2018. If they go over the cap next season, they will pay at a much less onerous 20% rate. I was under a mandated goal to reset the luxury tax and get under so we're not lining the pockets of our opponents at our expense, Cashman said. Is it a definite line in the sand now? I wouldn't say that. I'd say it's a preference. But unlike the last 3 or 4 years, we're now back in the clear as far as those penalties are concerned and in control of our own destiny. Thus, the 100-win Yankees are just getting started. They lost to the eventual World Series winners, the Boston Red Sox, in a 4-game American League Division Series and are trying to find a way to win their 28th World Series title. They decided not to pick up Gardner's option this offseason, paying him a $2 million buyout. They then resigned the 35-year-old outfielder. Sabathia, 38, wanted to retire as a Yankee, and now he'll have the chance. He was 9-7 with a 3.65 ERA in 29 starts this past season and has 246 career wins in 18 seasons. The Yankees have finally recognized starting pitching as a serious need, so Cashman is also trying to sign free agents Patrick Corbin, a hard-throwing left-hander who has had Tommy John ligament replacement surgery and was 11-7 with a 3.15 ERA in 33 starts this past season for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Happ, also a left-hander, was 7-0 with 2.69 ERA in 11 starts for the Yankees after a July 26 trade with the Toronto Blue Jays. Asked about Corbin, Cashman said, "He's a free agent, and we're going to engage every free agent in the marketplace, their price tags and how they fit in for us. And we'll see. We have Luis Severino and Masahiro Tanaka locked in. Obviously, we wanted to bring CC back. And then add multiples past that." Sabathia made it clear during the postseason that he wanted to continue pitching despite a chronically arthritic right knee and a brace to hold that knee in place when he works. "I definitely want to play next year," he said at the time, adding that he'd pitch anywhere. "I still want to play. I still want to pitch. I definitely can help and still get guys out. So whoever needs me." He had 2 stints on the disabled list this past season because of hip and knee injuries, the knee landing him on the disabled list as recently as August. After his return on August 24, he made 7 starts, lasting anywhere from 3 1/3 innings to 6 innings, finishing the season with a 5-inning victory over Tampa Bay Sept. 27. He lasted 3 innings in his Game 4 ALDS loss to the Red Sox. Over the years, Sabathia is 10-7 with a 4.31 ERA in 24 postseason appearances, 23 starts, going 8-4 as a Yankee. The brace limits his mobility moving around the mound to field his position. Sabathia has become a huge part of Yankee history. He was one of only 3 players on this year's postseason roster who were with the club in 2009 when the Yankees last won the World Series, defeating the Philadelphia Phillies in 6 games. The others were Gardner and reliever David Robertson, also now a free agent. Signed as a free agent prior to the 2009 season along with first baseman Mark Teixeira and fellow starter A.J. Sabathia has a 129-80 record for a .617 winning percentage and a 3.70 ERA in 10 seasons with the Yankees. He's a big part of the past, and an element of the immediate future as the financially savvy Yankees move forward.